News. Let's hop across the desk now where Oliver Farry joins us once again to take us through the international papers. And once again, Ollie, it's the Panama leaks that has been dominating the front pages.
That's right, and it's got a real international flavour. 107 news outlets in 76 countries have been involved in searching through the immense amount of data that was handed by an anonymous source, presumably at the Panamanian law firm Mossack Fonseca, to the German daily Süddeutsche Zeitung, who then decided to bring on board the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists. Now, the journalists involved studied thousands of leads and found evidence of involvement in offshore companies by politicians, celebrities, business people and also organised criminals. Now, 140 political figures are named in the initial reports. Some are directly implicated, others by association. One of those, the latter ones, is Vladimir Putin. The Guardian details how a network of secret offshore deals and vast loans worth €2 billion has led a trail to Russia's president. Panama Papers shine a light particularly on Sergei Rodugin, who's a cellist and the president's best friend. He was placed in ostensible control of assets worth at least $100 million, supposedly chosen because of his lower profile. He's also owner of 3.2% of Russia Bank, the St. Petersburg institution, which the US has called Putin's crony bank. The Guardian notes that the findings about Putin bear out what the US embassy cables revealed by WikiLeaks, that said Putin holds his wealth by proxy. He formally owns nothing but draws on the wealth of his friends. There's not a lot of it in the Russian media, but the English language weekly, the Moscow Times, does cover it, while also saying that Vladimir Putin's spokesman had warned last week of a, quote, impending hatchet job on the president. Now, that looks like an attempt to preempt things. He was obviously more privy to information than a lot of the other people named were.
Well, another leader who has been having trouble is the Icelandic Prime Minister, who was also named as owning an offshore shell company.
Yes, Sigmundur David Gunnlaugsson is the man in question. The Icelandic daily Fréttablaðið asks on his front page today, now, what now, Sigmundur? While noting underneath that the Prime Minister is at the heart of the world's biggest ever data leak because of his connection to the offshore company Wintris. He now faces the likelihood of snap elections, reports Iceland Monitor, which is the English language website of the rival daily Morgunblaðið. There's nothing else for it after these evening's revelations, it quotes Pirate Party MP Birgitta Jónsdóttir as saying. Sigmundur was visibly embarrassed by questions on Swedish TV regarding the revelations, which he didn't see coming, and he actually stormed off as a result of it. And if things weren't bad enough, two of his cabinet ministers are also involved. Argentinian President Mauricio Macri, recently elected on a wave of optimism, promising to shake up the country's economy, was also named as the shareholder of an offshore company. His office has replied to the Argentine daily La Nación, saying that Macri's appearance on the contract signed with Mossack Fonseca was circumstantial and only covered the formal fulfilment of the company, which it added was perfectly legal. President Macri may, however, have to explain to the Argentine people why he chose not to declare this company.
An even more famous Argentine has also been named in those leaks.
Yes, a Barcelona star footballer Lionel Messi, and someone considered by most the best in the world, is in there because of a company appropriately named Megastar Enterprises that was contracted with the help of Mossack Fonseca. Quite remarkably, this was signed the day after Spanish tax authorities started pursuing him for €4.1 million of unpaid tax in 2013. The authorities alleged that the star and his father Jorge had used 10 companies located in different countries to conceal his money. The Spanish business website El Confidencial says that Messi is on course for a career as a fraudster to match his sporting one. Messi has said he intends suing the website over the claims. Now, the Süddeutsche Zeitung also reports that a member of FIFA's ethics committee, Juan Pedro Damiani, a Uruguayan lawyer, is named as having played a role in helping Argentinian clients pay for bribes via shell companies held by Mossack Fonseca. Now, it's not so unusual for FIFA to be mired in scandal at this point, but it is unusual for its ethics committee to be forced to investigate one of its own members.
Well, so we're seeing the scandal touching everybody from politicians to sports stars to FIFA once again, having its name dragged through the mud. Lots more on that story, of course. Cover that throughout the day. Thank you very much, Oliver Farry. Thank you to you also, Stephen.